How's it going, guys? TFF here, back again on a Saturday night, previewing one of the games for the upcoming week, which kicks off tomorrow at 1 p.m. And it's between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. This game is probably one of the most interesting ones of the week, excluding the SNF game between Kansas City and Baltimore. The reason why this video is titled "Should the San Francisco 49ers be scared of the Philadelphia Eagles?" is because, quite honestly, they should be. Looking at it from the 49ers perspective, taking a look back at last week, the 49ers defense gave up 33 points to the Detroit Lions, who had Jared Goff, who is by far no means a good quarterback, allowing 33 points to them, allowing him to throw 3 touchdown passes and pass for 338 yards. Honestly, that's quite unacceptable from a defense that should be relatively good, with Bosa being healthy again and that D-line looking quite solid. However, coming into this game, Jason Verrett is definitely not playing. He might be out for a sustained period of time, which is opening up more holes for the San Francisco 49ers defense that Philadelphia can exploit. If they already gave up 33 points to the Lions, who knows how many the explosive offense of Philadelphia can put up against the 49ers. Although the defense did look a little bit problematic, the offense looked very good for the 49ers. Garoppolo passing for over 300 yards. Unfortunately, only one touchdown. However, that's fine because Mitchell scored one, Hasty scored one. So they were pretty balanced. And Deebo Samuel had 9 receptions for almost 200 yards in that game. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to repeat with Brandon Ayuk coming out of the doghouse for the 49ers. I think he'll be more involved in the game. I definitely see this game being an offensive shootout. I think that Jimmy G might throw 2 to 3 touchdown passes, with Kittle getting much more involved than he did in the first game, where he only caught the ball 4 times for 78 yards. And I think Kittle's going to get involved more. I think Deebo's receptions and involvement in that game on its own is going to decrease quite substantially with Ayuk's production increasing. So I do think that the San Francisco 49ers will put up a solid 24, maybe 27 points, but not repeat the 41 that they put against a problematic Detroit Lions team. Looking at it from the Philadelphia Eagles perspective, they came off an amazing win, 32-6 off of the Atlanta Falcons in their first week. Jalen Hurts looked absolutely amazing, passing for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns, running for 62 yards and 7 carries. He looked like a world beater in that game, and I don't think anything will change coming into the game against the 49ers. The 49ers defense was, in theory, supposed to be good. However, like I just said earlier, Jason Verrett being out is really going to impact their defensive performance. That offense really did look explosive. Hurts was lethal in the air and on the ground. Devonta Smith looked quite good receiving touchdown that he scored, with Jalen Hurts putting that ball in the perfect location. Running wise, they had Gainwell and Sanders both looking quite solid in the receptions that they got. Also, you had Dallas Goedert, who caught 4 passes, averaging 10.5 yards per catch, and Zach Ertz catching 2 receptions for 34 yards total. And I think that's great. He's getting the tight ends involved. Jalen Hurts looks like a real world beater, and I think that they're going to be able to put up a solid 30 points against the San Francisco 49ers defense, similar to what they did against the Falcons. From the defensive side of the ball, Darius Slay is probably the best player on the Philadelphia Eagles defense, although Fletcher Cox is still there. But I do think Darius Slay is maybe the best player on either team's defense. He's a true lockdown corner after coming from the Detroit Lions a season ago. I think that he's going to be able to really guard either Ayuk or Deebo Samuel, whoever's having the better game, and I do think he'll be able to shut them down. From the defensive line, they really did not give up too many yards, whether that be on the ground or passing. And the Eagles were able to hold Calvin Ridley, who's looking like a true wide receiver 1 in preseason and of last season, to only 51 yards total. I think their defense played exceptionally well, rushing-wise and passing-wise, and the 49ers should be concerned about their chances of winning this game. I do think it's going to be slightly more of a shootout compared to Philadelphia's first game of the season against the Falcons, just because they're facing a significantly better team. However, I do think that the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to squeak out a win. I'm predicting around 30-24 to be the final score for the Eagles in a fun shootout that's going to light up the 1 p.m. games that the NFL has this week. Thank you guys for watching. TFF out. Like and subscribe.